Alright guys, so yeah, in my previous video, I made a video about me taking the alternator off. Um, for some reason, when I just recorded the video of me doing all this stuff, for some reason the file got corrupted. Not sure how that happened, but I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the steps of reinstalling the alternator and replacing the pulleys. So these pulleys, this pulley, this one, and this one, they're all held in by 13 millimeters. You're going to go ahead and pop these bolts off, and then you're going to replace them. I'll give you the part numbers. So the part numbers for both top right and top left are going to be 9052A for the two metal smooth pulleys. Like I said, you will need two of them. Now for the bottom pulley, that is a plastic wheel, I opted out for the metal wheel. As you can see down there, once again, that's a 13 millimeter that holds that on. I went with the metal wheel, which is going to end up going to be 900-598A, and that's going to replace the plastic wheel. I just don't like the plastic wheel setup on them. The tensioner, which is right here. So I was originally looking for just the wheel for the old tensioner, but I found it was just cheaper just to buy the whole thing, which the whole thing was like 20 bucks. So I ended up just buying a whole new thing. This is held in by 3 10s. 1, 2, 3. Pop those off. This whole thing comes off. And this tensioner is going to be 999544A. The belt that I'm using is going to be a Dayco belt from AutoZone, which is going to be this one, 6PK 2590 or 506 1020. That's going to be from Advanced Auto. These three were from Advanced Auto. This came from Rock Auto. Same thing with the alternator. The alternator I went with was a Pure Energy alternator because it did bench test bad. Same with my battery, so the alternator replacement is going to be an 8516602, and that's from, like I said, Pure Energy. Fitment on it was great. It still utilizes the same mounts, so the two 13s and then the two 10s up top, and it looks good. It should work the way it's supposed to, and it was 150 bucks, so that's not that bad. Like I said, I did literally just make a video on this of me just putting it back together up until now, and it said file corrupted, so not sure what that was about, but figured I'd touch base again and go back through the steps for anybody that was looking to actually replace it and then go back forward, along with pulleys and tensioner. I do still have to put the coolant thing and then this back and then hook the battery back up, but I figured to hurry up and try to make another video to explain the parts and all that stuff. The new tensioner is still the same setup. You're going to need a 1/2-inch drive to push down to loosen the serpentine belt. And for anybody that is looking for the belt diagram, I can give it to you right now. It's going to wrap up over the alternator, under this pulley, straight down to the AC compressor, wrap back up around over the tensioner arm, back down over the crank pulley, wrap back around over this pulley, back down through the grooved pulley on the bottom driver's side. Then it's going to shoot straight over to that pulley, come back around to this smooth pulley again, and then back up to the alternator. That's going to be the belt diagram for the 4.6. I did, if you saw my last video, the throttle body was dirty as hell. I did clean it, so it's nice and clean now, including the butterfly edges. With these styles, since they're electronic, you literally just stick your finger in there and then open them up, versus carb style or the cable style where you can manually flip it. And then obviously I already got to the step of putting this back on, which was 2 10s, 2 8s, rehooking up the electric motor sensor. I did clean up all the ground wires or the ground terminals, the spades, so that way they make better connections. Same thing with the one on the shock tower, to rule that out as a possible cause. Cleaned up all these battery terminals. Haven't even put the battery hooked up yet, but if you're looking for the battery replacement from Walmart, it's going to be a 96R. Just wanted to get you guys all up to speed. Overall, all of this stuff, so the battery was about 110. I want to say those 3 pulleys right there, I think came out to 177, I think. 177 with those 3 pulleys and the belt. And then it was an additional I think it was 180 for this alternator, but the alternator has a $30 core charge, so that's cool. And then 110 for that. So overall, if you're looking to overhaul all of it, the tensioner arm, which was 20 bucks, all the pulleys, the belt, alternator, and battery, that's what you're looking at spending. Like I said, sorry about the video. I was actually going through and actually reinstalling everything, but the file got corrupted, so this is best I got. Sorry guys, this video is going to suck a little bit on that one. But it is just at least a walkthrough on it. I do still have to finish hooking everything up, like putting that back on and actually hooking the battery up. But just wanted to touch base on that again. Like I said, everything you're going to need is going to be a 10, an 8, or 13 millimeter. Yes, the wheels are taken off because they're going out for powder coat tomorrow, or actually tonight I'm dropping them off for powder coat. And then we'll be able to see that. I'll have to get rid of the band sensors because I got valve stem universals from American Muscle. That way they can all mesh together great. But since we're already here, go ahead and finish this with you guys. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop this expansion tank back down into its resting position. All I'm going to do is pull it down, put it there, tighten down the 2/8. So let me drop that down quick. Alright, now that that's put back on, you go ahead and wrap your hose back up underneath your little plastic cover. Basically just lift it up and shove it up underneath there. Boom. Looks like it was never taken off. I'm going to drop this coupler on, attach it back to the intake, hook the battery up, and it'll be all back to normal. 1 second. There you go. We got the intake back on. We got the coolant thing back on. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff, and then we can hook the battery back up. Alright, there you go. I did clean up a little bit, try to get the belt and stuff out of there, hook the battery back up. It's an 8 on this top piece right here, along with an 8 on the side of the post over there. But besides that, that's going to be how you replace the alternator on there on a 2005 to 2009 Mustang GT. Like I said, hopefully, I wish there was the video I just made was actually there, because that was a lot more detailed and showed you what was actually going on. But like I said, the file got corrupted, so I at least tried to give it to you guys before it completely ended. Yes, this is going to be getting swapped out, and there's probably going to be a tuner involved, because I don't really like this intake. Probably maybe a JLT intake, or maybe one of the other ones. I know American Muscle does have kits for the two paired together, the tuner and the intake. So I'll probably end up picking one of the 2 intakes, because I heard there's 2 solid intakes that actually increase good power. And I think it'll pair up good with the fact that this thing has the Roush exhaust, or the Roush catback. So Roush catback, get this out of the way, get a tuner, minus the throttle bodies and the intake manifold. I think for a daily driving car, or just a fun little sidecar, this will be a good setup for an NA car. But that's going to do it for this video, you guys. Hopefully it helped a little bit, especially giving you guys the part numbers for everything and being able to swap out that plastic wheel down there for a metal one. Some people may like it, some people may not. It's just personal preference. I just don't like the plastic wheels, so I went with the metal one. But this should be getting this thing back to running smooth again, especially with cleaning up the ground wires. If you thought this video was helpful, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you have any questions on any of this setup, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below. And like always, if you are not subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe, because we have more videos coming with the GT, the SVX here, the Civic, the BMW, and of course my fave, the Genesis 3.8, which is coming back with a built motor, and it's going to get boost. Pushing for about 550 wheel on that. The end goal on this thing is probably going to be around the same numbers. Just a fun number to have, especially for the street. And then if I'm thinking about jumping this one up a little bit in speed, power as well, swapping out that D15B non-VTEC motor for maybe a B series. But that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, hopefully it could help. If you're not already, subscribe once again. And also, let's keep sharing the content, you guys, because we just got this channel up to 4,600. And next goal is going to be, I think, last video I said the next goal is 10. Let's shoot for 5,000. And then from 5,000, we'll shoot to 8,000. From 8,000, we'll shoot up to the moon. we'll go to 10,000 next. Yes, like I said, these are going to get powder coated today, and then we'll have the new setup. So this will all be good to go. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.